of all givingness of this life. Just the rising and the falling of the chest. The receiving, the letting go. And I just invite you to take a deep cleansing breath and releasing it with a sigh. Just letting it all go. The only thing that is important in this moment is this breath. And so everything else around us just dissolves, dissipates, and disappears. And in this breath, I see and know the sacredness of all life. In this breath, I know oneness. I know wholeness. And I know completion. For every breath is a complete cycle. So now I just invite you within this breath to check in with the body. Checking in with this sacred temple. And noticing if there's any place within it that is feeling tension, stress, or worry. Is there anywhere within this body temple that is feeling constricted? And simply breathe into that place a knowingness of divine sacredness. Breathing in wholeness right to that place. Centering the breath in love and unconditional gratitude. And watching the freedom of this breath dissolve and dissipate anything and all things that are unlike the sacred. Just dissolving any feelings, dissolving any judgments you have about this body temple. Just releasing and relaxing. And allowing the spirit to pour itself into your sacred body. And as spirit fills every morsel, every fiber, every atom, as spirit fills and knows itself in every space between the space, feeling this power and the presence well up within this body temple. Feeling now empowered to do this sacred work. Allowing and loving spirit to fill this moment. And now, as this sacred body temple is firm, is grounded, allowing the roots of light and love to deepen within the space that is around you, beneath you, digging deeply into the richness of this fully profound support system of universal intelligence, spreading your light through the roots of your being, down deeply, deeply grounding. And you feel this sense of nourishment as you share and receive the gift of spirit. This perfect act of completion, the giving and the receiving. And your roots spreading down deeply into whatever is beneath you. The floor, the levels, the earth beneath the floors. Every layer of this glorious earth that is our sacred mother body temple. The giver, the nurturer. And so we just give ourselves. We give ourselves up to this expression and this experience as we root ourselves in the sacredness of the earth. Grounded, centered, firmly implanted. Let us now raise up and rise up. As our sacred light within us is infinite, eternal, let us spread our beams out into the ethers of all of life. Our power, our steadfastness, our strength that comes from the very core of our being right now, rising up, raising up, expressing out into the atmosphere around us, into the communities around us, into the environment. Our sacred good right now penetrating and permeating outwards. And we don't need to stop at this atmosphere because our power has no limits. God's power has no limits. And so that within us is also without us. And here we are expanding and growing out into the cosmic knowingness of all life. Expanding our good, extending our powerful presence of the divine into the universe. And we know that there is a power that is greater than this universe, and that is God, that is spirit, that is consciousness, that is energy. And so we push forth and extend and expand into all of consciousness. And the wholeness of our being is made known in the fullness of this universal expressive self. But we remain grounded here. We remain completely grounded in our power. We recognize with humble gratitude for the law that is beyond and bigger than us. And this law of mind is beautiful. This law of mind is sacred. This law of mind is the very power we use right now to extend and expand. This law, this love, infinite, eternal. And it is this law, this cosmic mind, this unwavering intelligence, this spiritual magnificence, this law. This law is what I speak my word into right now. This mind, ever giving of itself, ever creating from itself, ever expanding to be the highest and best expression of what we call forth right here, right now. This power, this presence, this divine energy is right now knowing the expansive intelligence of the Centers for Spiritual Living. For each and every one of its members, for the communities it is touching fully and completely, and for the communities it hasn't even expressed into yet. The wholeness of this idea, the divine expression of the Centers for Spiritual Living, is a sacred gift, and I know that as we expand and explore the truth of our being, I know that CSL is ever growing, ever expanding into the perfection that it is called to be. The love that it is called to be in this world is right now being made known through this cosmic mind, through the grounding and centering of love itself. So each of us now, knowing for the highest and best expression of the Centers for Spiritual Living, I invite each of us now in turn, when so called, to express into this space, this time, the energy, the love you would like to be known for the highest and best of Centers for Spiritual Living.
I know for each of our centers and the centers yet to be, inclusion, love, welcoming, just the fullness that is love.
And I know, and except for CSL, Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, that we are a thriving organization. We're growing in leaps and bounds. We are absolutely expressing truth at the highest level and resonating with people everywhere. That we are that magnetic, attractive force for people. We are that practical philosophy and spirituality that people have been craving and desiring to transform their lives. And I know and accept that they are simply attracted to us, magnetically attracted to us, to this place where they are able to attain the tools to transform each individual life. And so I know and accept for CSL that we are that place. We are that light on the hill. We are that lighthouse that just simply stands in power and truth and attracts those people that are willing to do the work, that are desiring to change and to uplift themselves, their own lives, the lives of those people around them, and indeed the planet.
And I speak this word for every minister, every practitioner, every member, everyone, everywhere, in any way touched by this amazing organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. For each one to remember and to empower and to engage with that mighty, mighty vision of a world that works for everyone, awakening the world to its spiritual magnificence, awakening to the spiritual magnificence that is inherent within all heartbeats, that is inherent within all religions, that is inherent within all expressions. Again, I speak this word for each one in any way leading Centers for Spiritual Living to this next great expression of God's life, a deep, deep knowing that all is well. We are CSL.
And I speak this word for the Centers for Spiritual Living, recognizing that there is a global heart, and that global heart has its perfect place of expression through the Centers for Spiritual Living. And anyone and everyone who dares to imagine and to perceive the magnitude, the love of this heart in any shape, form, or fashion. I accept that this is an idea out of the very mind and the very heart of the infinite spirit of life. And it flows authentically through each and every center. It has its perfect place of rest within us, such that we are able to allow it to flow easily and effortlessly through us, being available to receive the call, to have the intention as well as the willingness to be the action of that call. So I accept that not only do our leaders hear and express that call, but every center, every member, every friend is the part and parcel of this. We're prosperous, we're healthy, we're whole, we thrive. And I give thanks. And let it be.
I just move into agreement right now with all the words that have been spoken in gratitude for that global heart expanding itself, revealing itself within all centers for spiritual living, within the essence of the world, creating that space where a world works for everyone. I'm giving thanks for being this wonderful mirror, reflecting the principles of truth, the principle of love in action. And I'm giving thanks for the wonderful sacred yes, that universal law, responding in kind, mirroring and reflecting this truth in every spot, in every nook, in every cranny of this thing we call Center for Spiritual Living. We are CSL.
And I too speak my word for Centers for Spiritual Living, right here and right now, knowing that all that seek to uncover and discover their spiritual magnificence find their way to this teaching, find their way to a center, a teaching group, or a person even, a minister, a practitioner, to show them the way, to show them how they too can have a life of wonder, a life of that's huge, that's bigger than they ever dreamed possible. I'm so grateful to Centers for Spiritual Living for this outreach and for this vision.
And so I too speak my word for CSL, knowing that CSL is the way, the truth, and the light, knowing that each of us in this center, in this powerful group of 8, or group of 9 rather, is CSL. Each of us, each teaching chapter, each community, each focus group, each ministry, right here and right now, reaches out and touches their various and sundry communities, reaches out with love, reaches out with light, reaches out with that power and presence of who each of us is, love and light and divinity and expression. And so as we reach out, the more we reach out, the more that we are seeing people reach in and lean in. And we move to a place of greatness and grandness that we are.
And as I breathe in all of this goodness, all of this life-givingness, all of this joyful expression for the Centers for Spiritual Living, I know fully and completely that this word is already done. And so in absolute gratitude and unconditional and profound thanksgiving, I am centered in this truth. And I'm grateful for this experience and this expression. I am grateful for the law that knows this is already done, says yes to all of it, says yes to all of us. And right now is saying, here is your perfect gift. Here is a bigger and better expression than even you could think of. And we say yes to it as it transforms our own experience and wraps it in absolute love. So in love, in life, in joy, in peace, in grace, and with a heart that is filled and swimming with thanksgiving, I release this word. I release it and let it be so. And so it is.
And so it is.
Mm.
So it is.
So it is.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.